Okay, you said Sir Charles probably recognized the baby.
Oh, yeah, that's
Did I? Because he had asked me to locate the baby.
well, you were there when the baby was formed.
Right.
Anyone that was there when the baby was formed would recognize it.
And I went to search for the baby before all that happened, so I recognize who the baby is also.
Yeah, you would recognize that
Okay.
child. I don't
I
think.
mean, you were there when it was born.
Right.
Yeah, you were there. Was Rocky there when it was born? Were you?
Yep.
I rode the lady's feet. She had the baby while I was doing something else.
Were you not there with them?
Not when it was born.
Yeah, you were there. You put it on the mayor when it was born.
Yeah. Maybe you were there. Rocky was.
Oh.
Rocky was so Balwark would know.
Okay.
Zeph knows too.
And Zeph does know because Zeph
So it's not getting any better.
So you all are basically reliving all these memories at the same time, like all of them, and through this cloud of nightmares and horror, you all hear Mistra's voice, but it's not towards you; it's going across. She says a name, but you can't understand the name. But so our favorite Tin Man recognizes his true name. And so she's like, we must move them to the history room.
Do we hear her say we must move them to the history room?
Yes. Thing is, you all can't move. Like, you're all in this.
Oh, yeah.
You're so deep. So. If anyone doesn't remember, this room was full of glyphs and stuff that's broken, and things like that. And it was just like a broken history.
Yeah, I tried
I'm
to read
going
them
to
with it.
something in here.
Yeah.
Is any of it in? Well, I mean, is it in common or like what language?
Yeah, like it's like picture. Think of it as like pictographs and
It's
stuff like it.
in a language that none of us could even speak.
Yeah, it was
It's
some.
uniform.
Yeah.
Uniform? Oh. Not Elven or gnome.
No, it was a language that was lost to the world long ago. Yeah, I tried that when the first one in the room.
Did she unplug us?
Yes, he did.
It's okay,
She's
baby.
an angel. So
It was an accident.
they picked the right
The right
music.
Well, then it needs to be depressing and somber or we're all gonna die music, whichever that might be.
True. That's not true. Well, maybe.
My baby. My baby.
So we're in this room, and you all are sadly stuck in these nightmares. And they've moved, like, you all have unlocked. You have unlocked the magic in this place. The sad thing is, your minds are locked together in this endless loop.
I try something.
It's like
Left.
And I look around.
no, you can't like
I can't say anything.
you can't say, but your mind is
Oh,
locked.
I'm still.
Everyone's mind is locked. You've got how many characters there? Images in your heads all at the same
Oh
time.
yeah.
They're all there at the same time.
7.
And you all are reliving these trains of thoughts, over and over. So Mistra then waves her wand, and the room that is broken, like I said, a lot of the room is broken and missing. And at this point, something interesting happens. Not that you all can see, but
Something else.
the
The Tin Man.
Tin Man can see this, and using his memories of because he's been here before, but not in this form.
Find the map. Oh.
trying
It's
to
not-
find something to mark it. I need to.
I thought you was bringing on one.
I thought about using the marker.
I'll pick them up.
There we go. Good enough. Good enough. The room.
You should have just brought out the other map. You should just get out the other map.
Do you want me
If
to
that's what
pause?
you're doing.
Yeah, I'll leave that there.
Okay.
Because that might be coming. Anyway, so through here, the room finishes how it's supposed to be. You know, like you're not even in half the room, and the glyphs are actually moving and talking and going around. Now you all cannot hear them talk because you're, like I said, you're locked in. And she says, my young son, this is for you. While you didn't have a vision there, but instead, I know how you are. It's like we are going to save them from their own minds. But to do this, we must restore the real history of this world. And these are for your ears and your mind. You may choose to tell them about this existence. But just remember, sometimes the truth isn't always the best thing to say. So, sometimes the truth can hurt more. So, and through, when this room rematerializes,
You don't hear that.
And I wrote, we don't see or see this.
so what happens is this room here is in, like the glyphs and everything are in one color. But then it swirls around and when it rebuilds the room that was rebuilt, it's a different color. So it's words that are legible to you, like they're glyphs and things that make sense. So the magic is restored. And Mystery walks through and points and everything. Says, see this timeline right here? It's like this is the start of Thetadolyon. And she points where the color changes. So, and then she said, see this back here? This is before you existed. This was the original world. It was through here. And it goes back all the way to the back to the start when the Liches built this world. This world had a great catastrophe thanks to the darkness, and he split it in two, creating several Dolyons. The original world we let continue, and it fell too. You've met many of the original inhabitants. It's like, yes, the ones that you have met, in Sigil, are the originals. Everything here is a copy. So,
Why copy? Why copy them? Why copy a world that failed? How many times?
So, we call that Omega Dolyon, but it was just Dolyon. That's what the world was called, and the darkness shattered it and broke it. This world was unique and special. It was not created by us gods. It was created by you mortals in the material realm, thanks to the Liches and all their abilities. While it was painful and we were angry, like the gods sort of cursed this place, but over time we came to admire the fact is that these mortals made this, and these mortals were given power thanks to us. It's like, and in turn our creations were able to create and become closer to us. Celestials and gods and all agreed finally that this became a protected realm under a great protector the king of all kings and the protector of all protectors. So we let the world flow how it was supposed to flow. Sadly, we forget that mortal beings are still mortal, and something happened. Something happened that is usually a wonderful thing, but many things happen because of this that are just as bad. The great king, the great golden king, fell in love with Bahamut's sister. So,
was she a god?
So, she was a great dragon that Bahamut had been able to wrestle up and spring forth. We've always kept her hidden because between the battle between Tiamat, she was the first dragon given form that was not directly related to Tiamat and Bahamut, as they are one of the same. So he fell in love with her, and it was the one thing that is forbidden, is not to fall in love. She shows you an image. She shows you this beautiful celestial looking shimmery dragon. This dragon is a sight to behold. So she said that love was able to stay hidden for a long time until Bahamut and many of the Pantheon found out about this blasphemy. In the Golden King's rage, he rebelled against Bahamut.
Is that when I seen him strike him down?
Yes. She said, but what you don't understand is that Bahamut had sealed his sister away. And in the Golden King's rage caused all that. The darkness destroyed this world. Or tried to.
So, God that is lawfully good locks his sister away, creates a demon god that wants to wipe everything off the face of Thetadolyon, all out of love.
So,
on a love story. Sounds like a real Romeo and Juliet.
so it's like we begged the king to not throw, but Bahamut's sister was just as strong about it. You don't understand. Us gods and pantheons, we cannot be here. We cannot stay here. If it was any other realm, it could be a possibility and live out, but this realm was special. Dalian was a spectacular place of material, of world. I built this place to bring magic and weave in, to allow magic to come to this world. And because of this great fissure and it destroyed, I had to seal away the magic here. So the magic that was here was here. So you all have been feeding off the leftover magic that was here. And feeding off the Lich's magic too. So we let Dalian continue, as we called Omega Dalian, hoping that everything would be fine and that you mortals got in and out of this. The mortals were able to sway the darkness in that timeline. The mortals were able to go farther, but in turn, the original Dalian fell into more darkness and ruin than we could stop. And we let it play out, and it was destroyed. When it was destroyed, we discovered the folly. It released the power that went through, released the darkness again. and his beloved from her imprisonment. As they say, love it's like love and hate and anger has been a problem. So the sister and the darkness have been working with many gods that have rebelled against our rules of this realm to allow the darkness to come back fully so they can come claim it. So we reinstated the copy of what we thought was the greatest mistake that restarted everything. And again, I'm sorry, everything here is a copy. And I'm also sorry that we had hoped that we had made another magical being like you, but we had failed several times. When it actually came to be and pass, we knew this world had a chance because of the magic and the choices that everyone made. So the allies, the original heroes, did not try to imbue more people with hope and power. They just used power against power. But this world here embrace people for help. They embrace goodness. They embrace the darkness too, yes. But you can't try to limit one and hope the others. You have to let it grow. And you all are about to run out of magic. So, luckily, thanks to you being born with the key, we would not have to make another copy of this world and start over.
Hopefully.
She looks at you again and she says, this is not the first copy that we've tried to carry on. This realm must be here. But I hope this is the last that you can carry on.
I'm going to need better equipped.
So, rules, my child. Rules.
Leo, you're our only hope.
It's like use my gifts. If you can defeat the Lich and get the path, it will be the farthest that we've ever been able to go in the recreation of Dalian. So just know, if you fail, we'll have to start over. So, but also not to put any pressure. If everyone dies and this world falls, I will be able to pull you out of the weave and restart you. And you will know of this. You will be the only thing that knows that this world ever existed. And you will be put back in another Dalian. And hopefully those choices will lead to better consequences.
What was the sister's name?
So I'm not allowed to speak the name.
So she went from waffling to...
Well, no, she was chaotic neutral.
Not with...
The sister was.
Not in the beginning?
Chaotic. Love is chaotic. I didn't ever say she was good. I just said she's Mom's sister. So is Tiamat, technically, if you want. Tiamat. Actually, Tiamat, if you go, depending on which lore you go, Tiamat and Bahamut are the same dragon that was tried to be created and it didn't work and it split into. Depends which one you are. So.
Do you know where they're at right now?
Who?
The darkness and Bahamut's sister.
She said they live in the void, in limbo. So, but they will be here soon. We are all the gods are surrounding Thetadolyon, trying to keep them out. But as you've seen lately, a few of us have come and crossed the line and are working for love, as Sarek likes to do. What's more chaotic than love? Because you can make people do crazy things.
Speaking of Sarek, do you know where more of his pages are?
So she said, "You do try."
Oh,
so,
I am.
So it's like you do try. So
I am a creation of you.
She goes, You have all the pages but one. You know where all the pages are but one.
The one he has.
So no.
Mm-hmm.
So you have his epilogue page somewhere left to be found. So now you all that have been in this stop. So these murals have been going around. What these murals are doing, they're draining these awful images from your head.
So we're starting to hear and see. And
You're now know you're in a room with the murals going around. They're different murals, sort of depicting different events in Thetadolyon and stuff like that. You cannot hear their conversation. Their magical conversation. They are literally speaking in weave. It's literally magical words back and forth. The only person that would maybe be able to understand it is the bard, who also understands magical speech.
So I'm gonna say, Mistra, why are we in this room now?
Oh, good, Belny. You're able to. It's like this room has cured you from your hysteria and your madness. You all did very, very well unlocking the magic. I hope that wasn't too traumatic.
Feels like we're kind of being used by another god to end up to their means.
You pop out your body.
Good, because I was about to throw away my daggers.
So
I'm just gonna say again, why are we in this room?
like this room. This room was here to draw out, and your histories are now part of this room. So, and you notice the room is completed from the side that she's standing. It's a much larger room than anyone's ever been in there. So, Mistra also says if you notice that all your magical abilities are now restored in here. There is no anti-magic in this room anymore. So you have access to everything.
Just because.
And everybody has also been fully restored health-wise. It's like you took a long rest.
Just because, like, I am who I am, I'm just gonna light my fire.
Yeah. To see if magic's really back, not just take a rush.
I'm just gonna produce my flame.
Can't imagine.
Just getting HP back from the long rest.
You get everything back.
Oh,
I'm
everything
just
like
produ-
okay, so it's like a normal.
Yes,
okay.
that
okay.
right there, it restores.
I'm producing my flame. Does it produce?
Yep.
Okay.
Put that behind her.
Behind Mistra?
Nope.
Behind me?
Melanie.
Of course. That's
Is
not
that
behind
somebody
me.
I
That's
recognize?
the front
Well,
of me.
you should recognize it. So what appears behind Bellany that is literally behind Melanie is the Raven Queen, the real Raven Queen.
Goddess, my goddess, goddess, my goddess.
So
And am I gonna realize she's behind me?
Yes, because she speaks. Because she says, Mistra, it's like you've dawdled here too long. You know the rules. It's like we've done everything that we can for them. It's like they've allowed us to come in and out by their own wishes. Anytime that we've ever tried to do anything else, it has caused destruction. So she looks down at her little, her little raven, and says, "You've done so well. I'm very proud of you." And looks over at the dog and goes, And so she plucks a feather and floats it down to you for you to play with. Off her, yeah. So, and she looks over at Mistra and she looks over at Tin Man and just sort of shakes her head, cause going back and forth looking at Mistra.
I'm gonna say, Raven Queen, before you go, is there anything else that you can share?
So she comes over, and at this point, someone else appears. Oh, this isn't here.
Who is that?
Tear.
So, you
Or will
like
you take
Hagen
him
should
away?
recognize Tyr.
I said, will you take him away for a second so I can get her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now put him back. Sorry. No, I just didn't. I got her over here, but not
Remember what I
there.
remember from
The tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, he prayed to be good too.
That's terrible. So,
Is she going to be able to answer my question?
Wait, what did you ask?
I asked her if before she goes, if there is anything else she can tell me or give me to try to make sure this is successful.
It's like she goes, we have equipped you with everything that we can to this point.
And I'm going to see if she can just understand me and say, you know, my end goal.
So she goes, we've cheated enough to help you all out.
Okay.
So, and what the last thing to appear behind them is Bahamut. So,
Great, the gang's all here.
too bad you don't have that one.
I know that would be awesome. I kept hoping, I've been hoping, but I'm like, that would have been amazing to put the other one out. Anyway, so Bahamut is behind there, and Bahamut goes, you've seen my great folly. I have learned that matters of being good and doing the right thing isn't always the best thing when it comes to love. You know, we always looked at you mortals as love was just a fleeting thing. But love does last forever sometimes. But sometimes even a moment is enough. And I denied that. And we have put the entire multiverse and all the realms in danger. So the last thing that you don't know that Mistra has not informed you is that you sit on top of Sigil. Some of you all have been to Sigil. Sigil is below you. So this is a point above. So if you don't know what Sigil is, someday you might. So you are the end of the multiverse. The real end. And if you crumble and finally dissolve, all things will dissolve. And there will be no realms. We will accept the gods. And it will basically be the Forgotten Realms.
No pressure.
So he looks down and sees this tiefling, this tiefling with the horn still growing. And he says, my child, will you step up towards me? It looks at you and says, I am sorry that my bloodline has cursed you. So, many years ago, my sister Tiamat had come into this land as a light avatar and made a deal with your parents. And what has happened to you is because of me. I have dreaded this day, but I would like to cause amends. Something that not all mortals or even deities can do. I'd like to give you a chance to say goodbye. Would you like to say goodbye to your sister? I've had a little talk with the Ninth, and he has granted me, for a small favor, the ability to let you speak to your sister one last time. Now that magic has been restored here, we can do almost anything. The choice is yours, because it is the most valuable thing in the in all the realms. Is choice.
Set her.
Oh, I thought.
Waiting
I
for her to
didn't-
say something.
I saw her
I'm like-
shake her head.
Oh,
I heard the marbles rap.
So, hey, more like rocks.
Jagged and uncomfortable.
What fades in front of you is a glowing vestige. It's your sister, but she doesn't look like a tiefling. She's what she would have been if she wasn't cursed like you. But the tiefling features and everything are almost like, you know, the horns and it's all sort of celestial glow. It's almost like it's a magical cloak and helm and everything. So she stands before you. So someone else would recognize her.
Mm-hmm. Do I actually see her though?
Everybody, yeah, like everyone's seeing this. It's not no visions.
Okay.
Oh, look, Zeph, it's your baby mama.
Don't.
I'm gonna go and pick him up and put him in your bag of
So
holding.
Mr. casts silence on you.
What do you think I've been doing?
Well, so welcome back to Monty Python.
I was thinking Cone of Silence from Get Smart.
I'm going to step
That's all.
up
That is also words because how
and
do you
ask
approach?
you if you want this moment alone.
It's fine.
Okay, so what would you like to say to the Red Archer as everyone else knows her?
I don't know.
Well, this is important. This is important.
Yeah, I'm staying in the back. I got the dog in this one.
There is no fight. I love you, and I'm sorry that I wasn't there to help you.
So you have silence on you.
And you're in the bag.
Yeah, and so
She put you
So-
in my bag.
she touches her chest and she's like, "We were always together, no matter the distance." So it's like, we will continue to be together. As I fight in the underworld for Bahamut, he deemed me worthy to be one of his champions in the underrealms. So do not weep for me. But if you happen to see a gnome, a very loud gnome, so just give him a swift kick in the behind for me. So, silence, it means no sound. Like no sound at all.
No, that's an area effect, right? It can't just affect me. Well, she is Mister.
Mister can do what she wants. Mister can put it on.
Yeah, I know.
She can put it on your vocal cords if you had them.
The Richard Gervais
Actually, I
movie
think she could go-
Stardust when
No,
the
yeah,
witch
Take him out.
was talking so much.
All right,
There wouldn't
let's
even
talk.
be-
And everything come out chicken.
Okay.
No, let's talk. So, all right. So, so that's what she said to you. So I'll tell you that she did see Zeb, but she's trying to keep from looking over that way. You probably noticed that she seems sort of also semi-distracted. You know, it's like, like how when you know something, but you don't want to look, but you're true. Do you want to do like a perception on it or anything? But you know.
Yeah.
Like or.
We all know it's this boy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to speak on the elephant in the room, basically.
She didn't call it an elephant.
Didn't say she did.
Yeah, but apparently I missed the elephant. I thought those were big.
So she looks at you and she says, "I'm proud of you." She said, "You didn't let hate consume you, because deep down you knew when your hands started to change what had happened, and you still stayed yourself. You did not let our infernal heritage ever stop you. I can't remember the number of times that you kept me out of trouble. So you kept us alive, turning the giants into family instead of making us their toothpicks. She then pulls out of her quiver one special arrow. So, and she hands it towards you. And she says, "Let this light what you feel you need." So, you have no idea what the arrow does. It's like it's beyond you. So, Mr. Sword chuckles. So, your sister looks up at Bahamut and she says, "I don't have much longer."
Andrew is here.
I'm good. Oh, good.
She says, "I need to."
I'm gonna walk around to you and like shove you.
Okay, so shove Zeph.
Walk me around. I just shoved you.
So.
Well, okay.
That works.
Okay.
I'm not strong enough to shove you like that, but
You make sure he can get in. All right. So Zeph. So Zeph.
It's unlocked.
Zeph steps up and the
No.
the red.
I thought it was Andrew.
The red. Oh, I gotta stop.
I thought it was.
I'm
It
recording.
looked just